Yo, what is good, YouTube? Welcome back to another JC2K video. Today I'm going to be ranking the top 10 point guards in NBA 2K21 MyTEAM right now. Before we hop into this video, I just want to make it very clear that this video is entirely my opinion, and that opinion will likely differ from the opinion of a lot of other people. That's entirely okay. This opinion is from a competitive standpoint, more so of cards that the ranking of what point guards I would want to use in what order on Hall of Fame specifically. So this list would be kind of different if I was making it for Unlimited specifically. And also, if you disagree with my list, you think I rank somebody too high or too low, make sure you let me know down in the comments down below what you disagree with. And yeah, that's totally fine. Also, one other thing, if you haven't, we're 5 subscribers away from 1,600. I'd love to hit that today. Also trying to push towards 2,000. So if you haven't, make sure you hit that subscribe button as well. But without further ado, let's hop right into it and take a look at this list. So at the number 10 point guard, the first point guard coming in on the list today, we have out of position DeMarcus Cousins. And I will say, this point guard list was so hard to make because there are so many point guards from about the, I don't know, 4 or 5 range to the 10 range that are super close. I think every point guard in this list can be used in a competitive setting. I will just say that first and foremost. And DeMarcus Cousins is an awesome card, as will be the theme with almost every card in this list. They basically come with every badge, every stat. Like, they're borderline perfect cards, all about animations, how cards play on the court, things like that separate cards. But Boogie is 6'10" with a 7'5" wingspan, really big player build, hot zones everywhere, 51 Hall of Fame badges, showtime, range, every shooting badge basically except for Deadeye on Hall of Fame. Also quick first step, ankle breaker, bailout, stop and go, dimer downhill. Wish he had Hall of Fame handles for days at the point guard position. That is definitely a badge that you want to see on Hall of Fame. But then also has clamps, hard crush, interceptor, intimidator, moving truck, pogo stick, post move lock, rim chaser, rim protector, brick wall, etc. Then 95 speed acceleration with a 94 speed with the ball is really good, especially with his player build. 95 driving dunk as well with a 95 shot 3 and really nice defensive stats. Perimeter defensive stats could leave it just a little bit to be desired, but I don't think they're bad at all. And if you added a defensive grade on him, they'd be basically perfect. Then you check out his release, and this is one of the things that I don't like as much about him. Is his release is smoother than a lot of these others guys, and it is on very quick, but it's a set shot. It's not great at the point guard position for creating threes compared to the way a lot of other point guards releases are. He can't curry slide even though he's the Pro 2, but he does have the Pro 2 size. The Pro 1 behind the back isn't the best, but it's not bad at all. And also his jumper is just the one thing that I think holds him back just a little bit, in addition to him not having the best defensive animations and missing a couple of those Hall of Fame badges that you'd like on a point guard that hold him back to being the 9th best point guard in the game, or 10th best point guard in the game. I'm sorry. Nicholas Batum comes in at number 9 for me, and this Batum card is the cheapest card in this list by a decent margin. I think he's an elite budget point guard, and you get him for, I'm not sure if you can still get him for less than 10K, but he was less than 10K for a while. 6'9" with a 7-foot wingspan, hot zones everywhere, and 42 Hall of Fame badges. If you can find one with Hall of Fame Showtime, there are a lot of Hall of Fame Showtimes out because of the badges that have been released in the token market recently, so you can likely find one with Hall of Fame Showtime if you're looking to pick this card up for your squad. Otherwise, he comes with basically everything else you need. Does come with Hall of Fame Steady Shooter, which is blind as on next gen. He's even better on next gen, but on current gen, I don't feel like that messes up with his jumper very much. He's still very easy to green with, as well as other key shooting badges. Basically every playmaking badge except for, again, Hall of Fame handles for days. You'd like to see that on a point guard, but I don't think that's the biggest issue in the world. Then looking at his defensive stats, he's got all the perimeter defensive badges that you want on Hall of Fame. Elite defensive stats, 95 plus on basically everything. Good dunker, good shot 3, good athleticism. Statistically, he's not as good as DeMarcus Cousins, or badge wise he's not overall, but I like his jump shot better. He's got Pro 2. He can curry slide because he's under 220 pounds at the 6'9" height. Also has the Pro 3 behind the back, which is the best behind the back in the game in my opinion. Very nice card for a very cheap value. I do believe he deserves to be the number 9 point guard in the game right now. And at the number 8 position, we have Magic Johnson, who was one of my favorite point guard cards to use in the game when he came out. He was super fun. I ran him for a couple weeks, but I do think there are better options at this point in the game. That being said, he is 6'9", 220 pounds, which means, again, he can curry slide because he's right at that threshold for curry sliding at 6'9" on current gen. Hotspots everywhere from the whole court. 48 Hall of Fame badges, including Hall of Fame Showtime, range, flexible release, screen machine, ankle breaker, quick first step, handles for days, which is one of those ones you want to see. Dimer, tight handles, unblockable, clamps, hard crush, interceptor, intimidator, pick dodger, pogo stick. Basically, again, most every Hall of Fame badge that you could want on a card. Elite stats all the way around, even good on the interior. Really nice speeds due to the ball and acceleration. Good dunker, great shooter. His jumper's not great, but it's solid. It's easy to green. It's just a little bit slow. The magic release is always kind of slow, but he has the Pro 2 curry slide. Can curry slide, has the slides up, and has the Pro 2 behind the back as well. Again, really good card. If he had a faster jumper, I do think he'd be higher up on this list. Then you check out the number 7 card on this list, who is Draymond Green. I couldn't even read my own list. And Draymond Green came out this past weekend, and I haven't actually used this card, so I could be wrong about him, but from looking at him, he looks like a very, very good point guard option. 6'7", which is a little bit shorter than some of these other guys on the list, but not too short, especially with Draymond's player build. He's wide. He's a really nice defensive card. He doesn't really feel small. Also has a 7'1" wingspan. Hot zones everywhere from outside the 3 and almost everywhere inside the 3-point line. Hall of Fame Showtime range extender, flexible, hot zone hunter, green machine, dimer, quick first step, unpluckable, bailout. Only comes with gold handles for days, gold ankle breaker, which again, you want those on Hall of Fame on a point guard, but then he has every single defensive badge except for lightning reflexes on Hall of Fame. Elite, like 97s pretty much on defensive stats. Great rebounder. He's a good dunker. Not the best dunker, but he's good. He does have Hall of Fame showtime plus an 85 driving dunk, can still get contacts. Pretty good speed ball and acceleration, 91 shot 3 as well. So statistically on the offensive end, he's not quite as elite as a lot of other guys, but defensively he's amazing. He comes with every key Hall of Fame badge except for handles for days and ankle breaker as well. Jump shot 12 is super smooth, easy to green. I like this jumper a lot. I liked it earlier in the year on Draymond. It is on normal. On very quick, it's very nice. Pro 2 size up. Because he's under 6'9", he can curry slide even though he weighs 230 pounds. Pro 3 behind the back as well. Really nice card. He moves well. He's not going to be an elite shot creator. He's a good shot creator and has good dribble sigs, but elite on the defensive end as well as a stopper, and just a super solid all-around card for Draymond Green. At the number 6 position, we have Invincible Dwayne Wade, who obviously, as an invincible card, is basically going to have every single stat on basically 99 and every single Hall of Fame badge. Looking at Hall of Fame badges you'd want on gold badges that you would want on Hall of Fame, I apologize. You want blinders on next gen, you want rim protector on current gen. That's really it. He comes with every other Hall of Fame badge. He's 6'4" with a 6'10" wingspan. And the thing is, Dwayne Wade is the shortest player on this list by a significant margin. There are a couple of 6'7" guys, but besides that, he is the only short player that will make it on this list. And yet he makes it in the number 6 position. And that's because Dwayne Wade is so good as a 3 hunter, and he competes bigger than his size. With a 6'10" wingspan, he gets great defensive animations as well. Obviously, 99 everything stats as well does not hurt. The Dwayne Wade release on very quick. With this upper, it's one of the best jumpers in the game. I adore this release. It's so easy to green, so smooth, so fast, so easy to get off. It's like 98, except with his upper. For whatever reason, the Dwayne Wade upper is one of the best uppers that combos with this super fast lower release. So it's super easy to green. Also has Pro 2, can curry slide obviously because he's short, and Pro 3 behind the back. He moves well for a short point guard. He is a super good card. One of the best 3 hunters, if not the best 3 hunter in the game. Super fun card to use as well. I definitely recommend picking up this Dwayne Wade just if you like to 3 hunt and if you like to have fun in the game. And I think he can be used legitimately in a competitive setting as well, whether that's at the point guard or shooting guard position. Josh Smith comes in at number 5. I know this is kind of high for a Galaxy Opal, but Josh Smith is just one of those cards who, as I figured out his release, I'm running Josh Smith as my backup point guard right now, and I'm running him in competitive settings. I'm playing in a tournament right now where you have to play 15 regular season games against other competitive players, and I'm 10-1 running this Josh Smith as my backup point guard. 6'9" with a 7' wingspan, hot zones from everywhere outside the 343 Hall of Fame badges, including Showtime, hot zone hunter, range extender, quick first step, dimer, ankle breaker, tight handles, unpluckable, only gold handles for days again, but if you use him with a primary ball handler at that too, who does have Hall of Fame handles for days, I don't think it matters too much, especially because he's an elite rim runner. Also has basically every defensive badge that you want on the perimeter on Hall of Fame as well. Really good defensive stats on the interior and perimeter, great slashing, really good speed to the ball and acceleration, and 91 shot 3. Also comes with the curry slide. Can't curry slide because he's over 220 pounds, which is a little bit unfortunate. If he could curry slide, if his weight was 5 pounds lower, I feel like that would just push him up that next level. But Pro on behind the back as well is good. John Wall release on very quick is good. It's not great, but he is so elite as a slasher defender that I think it doesn't matter. And he's also like 30 KMT. So maybe a little bit more than that now, but for his value, he is so incredibly good, and I just think he's so elite as a slasher, so elite as a defender, plus he can shoot the ball, and I like his release better than guys like DeMarcus Cousins, Magic Johnson. Plus he gives you that 6'9", really big frame. He's got the frame to guard guys like Ben Simmons, Giannis Antetokounmpo, LeBron, etc. And I just think he's super elite at the point guard position and deserves a top 5 point guard spot, in my opinion, on my list. At the number 4 position, this is a guy who I know a lot of people still think is the best point guard in the game, and that's Giannis Antetokounmpo. And on unlimited difficulty, he very well might be the best point guard in the game because you don't have to green shots. But on Hall of Fame, like I've talked about before on this channel with this card, you have to be able to green, and the significant vast majority of people cannot green with Giannis. I'm talking about competitive players, TyDeBo, ImJustIsaac, me, a lot of other competitive players cannot green with this Giannis card, and that just holds him back a lot from being the best on Hall of Fame, in my opinion. Whenever I play this Giannis card in a non-unlimited setting on Hall of Fame in a competitive game, I basically just let people shoot with him. If they beat me shooting with Giannis, I let him have it. But he comes with 51 Hall of Fame badges, hot zones everywhere. Slashing is amazing with Hall of Fame Showtime. Only comes with gold range, but most every Giannis can come with Hall of Fame, just because there's so many Hall of Fame ranges that have been added in the token market recently for people to pick up that you're going to find a Giannis with Hall of Fame range easily if you want the card. Every playmaking badge except for Dream Shake on Hall of Fame, and every Hall of Fame badge that you could want defensively as well, except for maybe like a rebound chaser. Badge like that would be nice, but it's not necessary on a point guard at all. Obviously, elite stats. 88 shot three is his worst stat, but with a three-point shooter that boosts it up, and it's not an issue. The only issue with him is his release. Driving dunk is amazing. Defense is incredible. He has Giannis. He has the best defensive animations in the game, arguably off the ball. Like, he plays lanes perfectly. He can play on ball as well. He's big. He blocks tons of shot. He's super fast. He's an incredible slasher. They gave him juice dribble stays as well. Even though he's 6'11" and can't curry slide, he has the Pro 2 size up, Pro 3 behind the back. Giannis release on very quick. It's super quick. It's easy to get off. It's just so hard to green. I don't know why it's so hard to green. It shouldn't be hard to green. His release on quick was super smooth, and it just bothers me that it's so hard to green. I don't understand it, but I still believe, even though I cannot green his release to save his life, I still think he's a top 4 point guard because he's so good as a slasher and so good as a defender. At the number 3 position today, we have Ben. Don't want to put Ben at number. No, I'm stupid. Sorry, LeBron James at number 3. I misread my list again, but LeBron is another one of those like close to GOAT cards who's not an invincible card. 6'9", 49 Hall of Fame badges, including Showtime range, flexible green machine, bailout, handles for days, ankle breaker, quick first step, down handles, unpluckable, clamps, heart crush, interceptor, intimidator, pogo stick, pick dodger, pickpocket, 97s on perimeter defensive stats, 98 speed acceleration, 97 speed of ball, 98 driving dunk, 95 shot 3. Basically close to a GOAT card in most every stat. Also not really missing any Hall of Fame badges that you need. Pro 2 size up, can't curry slide because he's over 220 pounds at 6'9", but Pro 3, but moving behind the back as well. LeBron release on very quick isn't my favorite release, but it's much more consistent and easy to green than a guy like Giannis, so that's the thing that pushes him to that next level, I think, and puts him at the number 3 point guard in the game. It's just the fact that he also is an elite defender, really good player build, but he can green more consistently for me than Giannis. And at the number 2 position, we have Mr. Luka Doncic. This new card, I've seen enough Luka gameplay, and I'm going to hopefully get him on my account soon, which will be able to allow me to confirm if I agree with this listing after using this card. But from the gameplay that I've seen and from the stats and badges that this card has, as well as the animations, I do believe that Luka is the number 2 point guard in the game right now. And that is because even though he's 6'7" with a 6'8" wingspan, so he's not huge defensively, he's big enough to complete. He has a wide player build as well, which helps him. 60 Hall of Fame badges and hot zones everywhere. Every single key Hall of Fame badge except for Hall of Fame rim protector. But on the point guard, again, I don't think that's crucial. Again, pretty much don't even need to look at stats. 97, 98, 99 on everything. XM release on very quick, which is one of the best, if not the best releases in the game. Everybody loves Dante XM release, and on very quick, it's just so easy to get off, so smooth, easy to green. He can curry slide. Pro behind the back isn't bad at all either. Pro 5 between the legs is kind of meh, but with him having the XM release, being a GOAT card, XM release is basically similarly to like the Dwayne Wade release, where it's super easy to get off, super easy to green. It's one of the best releases in the game. He's also 3 inches taller, has a wide player build, competes pretty well in the defensive end of the court from the gameplay that I've seen, and is so incredibly elite as a slasher and as a shooter on the offensive end of the court that he's the best 300 on this list, not named Dwayne Wade, but he also has the size to compete better on defense and slash better on offense. And for that reason, I would put him as the number 2 point guard in the game right now. And then at the number 1 point guard position in the game right now, I don't think this is that much of a surprise, especially after I flubbed it a second ago. Ben Simmons is the number 1 point guard in the game still, in my opinion, on a Hall of Fame difficulty. He's 6'10" with a 7-foot wingspan, 44 Hall of Fame badges and hot zones everywhere, Hall of Fame Showtime, Hall of Fame hot zone hunter, flexible release, range extender, bailout, dimer, downhill handles for days, quick first step, unpluckable, clamps, defensive leader, heart crusher, interceptor, intimidator, pickpocket, pick dodger, pogo stick, etc. Definitely, I recommend adding rim protector and post move lockdown to him, but you don't need those on Hall of Fame. Also has 97 perimeter defense, lateral quickness, steal, 95 driving dunk, 94 shot 3, 96 speed and acceleration with a 95 speed with ball. Ben Simmons release on very quick is one of the easiest releases to green on this entire list. Only releases that I would say are easy to green are Luka Doncic release, Wade release, maybe Draymond release, maybe Batum release. Every other release But Simmons has a top 5 release in this list as well. Pro 2 size, Pro 8 between the legs, doesn't have the Pro 2 behind the back, but I think he has the best between the legs in the game and has the Curry slide size up, even though he can't Curry slide on current gen. And the thing about Ben Simmons is if you've played against somebody who 5-out-2 with Ben Simmons and speed glitches to the rim, he is unstoppable borderline because he dunks on everybody. He gets the most contact dunks, I believe, of any card in the game. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar also gets a lot of contact dunks, but obviously Kareem doesn't play point guard. Hopefully we don't get a Kareem at point guard because that would be unbelievably AIDS. But that being said, yes, I think Ben is the best slasher in the game, and because of that, especially with the fact that he's 6'10" with a huge player build at point guard, plus his release is easy to green, and he plays elite defense, I think he is the best point guard in the game still. Even, a month and a half after he came out, he's still the best point guard in the game, which is kind of crazy in all honesty, but yeah, Ben Simmons is that good. So that is going to do it for this video. If you did enjoy, please make sure you hit that like button, leave a comment as well, let me know what you think of my list. Who did I rank too high? Who did I rank too low? Yeah, is there anybody that left off this list entirely that you think is a top 10 point guard in the game? And also make sure you hit that subscribe button again. Help us get that 1,600 subscriber mark hopefully today and push towards that 2,000 subscriber mark overall on the channel. And I appreciate all the recent support on the videos. We'll be back with more 2K content very, very soon. I appreciate y'all. Peace.